this is Kim Spitty from 10 Sigma. Welcome to episode 49 of Transition Tuesday. Today I'm going to talk about writing annual transition goals. Right now I'm going to switch over to a short slide presentation to share this information. Annual transition goals and objectives. This important Transition Tuesday video or topic is a little bit longer than usual and was suggested by a special education transition teacher out of the great state of Illinois. Thank you, Linda, for your suggestion. Before I start talking about annual transition goals and objectives, I want to make sure we're on the same page regarding definitions. Postsecondary goals are what the student wants to achieve as an adult regarding employment, training and education, and independent living. Postsecondary goals are the ultimate outcome. They are what the student is planning to do after they leave high school or the school program. Some districts call postsecondary goals postsecondary outcomes or transition goals, but in this video I will refer to these goals as postsecondary goals. Annual transition goals and objectives, on the other hand, are skills or behaviors the student must be taught before entering the adult world. Annual transition goals are the stepping stones to achieving the student's postsecondary goals. They are written annually and for what the student is going to achieve before leaving high school or the school program. Everything the student is taught while in school before they graduate or leave the district should prepare them to achieve their postsecondary goals. Therefore, all annual transition goals must specifically relate to the student's postsecondary goals. And according to IDEA 2004, there must be at least one annual transition goal for each transition age student with an IEP. There are two common methods for writing annual transition goals. Method 1 is very specific and it focuses on increasing, improving, or acquiring skills. Method 2 focuses on each postsecondary area, written in a checkoff list format. I'm going to show you both annual goal methods, relating them to the student's postsecondary goals. I'm going to start with Method 1, breaking the annual goals into academic and functional for each of the three postsecondary goal areas: employment, training and education, and independent living. The first example is an academic annual transition goal that focuses on helping the student meet their employment postsecondary goal. Their postsecondary goal is, after graduating from high school, Jane will get a full-time job in a retail department store. And I want to give you an important tip before I go on to the annual goal on what I used to do for employment goals when I was teaching. I would open Google or any search engine and type in job responsibilities for and fill in the blank. In this case, retail store workers. Then I would look through the job responsibilities and find specific needs that the student had to be able to do that job well. In this case, Jane has difficulty with math, which for this job is totaling purchases, figuring discounts, making change, etc. And then I would use that information to write her annual transition goal. As a side note, and this is a totally different Transition Tuesday topic, it's episode 8. This also works for what you believe are unrealistic postsecondary goals. So for example, if a student said they wanted to be a professional football player, you would type in the job responsibilities for professional football players. Then, from the list of responsibilities, I'm sure you will find general areas of need to write annual goals for, like being a team player, working well with coworkers, reading and understanding different plays or strategies, etc. So that would be a great reading comprehension goal. Again, to learn more about dealing with unrealistic postsecondary goals, go to 10 Sigma's Transition Tuesday Library, Episode 8. So let's get back to this student's annual transition goal. The annual transition goal for this student is, by the annual IEP date, Jane will demonstrate her math calculation skills of figuring discounts and making change with 100% accuracy in 4 out of 5 opportunities. Her objectives are, given 5 opportunities, Jane will figure discounts 10%, 20%, 50%, 1/2, or 1/3 off in her head, succeeding 4 out of 5 times as measured by the classroom teacher using observation and work samples. The second objective is, given 5 opportunities, Jane will make change correctly for different purchase amounts, succeeding 4 out of 5 times as measured by the classroom teacher using observation and work samples. The second goal is a functional employment goal relating to the same post-secondary goal of, after graduating from high school, Jane will get a full-time job in a retail department store. Going back to the job description for retail department store worker that I looked up, it talks about the responsibilities being directing customers by escorting them to racks and counters, suggesting items, advising customers by providing information on products, and helping customers make selections by building customer confidence and offering suggestions and opinions. So given that, Jane's functional annual goal is, by the annual IEP date, Jane will demonstrate her ability to be customer friendly from succeeding with queuing to succeeding with no queuing. The first objective is, given 5 opportunities, Jane will help customers find or determine what they want, succeeding 100% of the time as measured by the job coach and/or employer observation using a rubric. The second one is, given 5 opportunities, Jane will answer questions about products in an honest and positive manner, succeeding 100% of the time as measured by the job coach and/or employer observation using a rubric. The next example of Method 1 is a training and education academic goal. The post-secondary goal is, after graduating from high school, Joe will enroll in a culinary arts program to become a chef. His annual goal is, by the annual IEP date, Joe will comprehend multi-step recipes with 90% accuracy. The first objective is, given a list of 10 culinary-related vocabulary words or phrases, Joe will demonstrate or explain what the word or phrase means in 9 out of 10 trials as measured by observation using a checkoff sheet. The second objective is, given a moderate level recipe to read and/or practice making, Joe will correctly answer comprehension questions about the recipe in 9 out of 10 trials as measured by observation and work samples. The functional education and training transition goal for Joe's post-secondary goal of, after graduating from high school, Joe will enroll in a culinary arts program to become a chef, is, by the annual IEP date, when in cooking class, Joe will be organized and prepared to cook in 9 out of 10 opportunities. The first objective is, given instruction and a recipe, Joe will have collected all of the food and materials needed to cook the dish within 5 minutes of conclusion of the cooking assignment in 9 out of 10 opportunities as measured by observation using a checkoff sheet. The second objective is, given cooking class, Joe will follow the directions of the instructor or recipe in the order presented in 9 out of 10 opportunities as measured by observation using a checkoff sheet. The next example for Method 1 annual transition goals is in the area of independent living. This is an academic annual goal. For the post-secondary goal of, after graduating from high school, Bill will live with a roommate in an apartment. The annual goal for Bill is, by the annual IEP date, Bill will demonstrate his ability to use money management strategies in 4 out of 5 trials. The first objective is, given instruction, Bill will keep a balanced monthly budget, which includes all daily living expenses, in 4 out of 5 opportunities as measured by work samples. The second objective is, given instruction, Bill will write checks and balance his checkbook weekly with 100% accuracy in 4 out of 5 opportunities. An example of a functional annual goal for Method 1 of independent living, with the same post-secondary goal of, after graduating from high school, Bill will live with a roommate in an apartment, is, by the annual IEP date, Bill will independently accept consequences for his actions by acting appropriately in 4 out of 5 situations. The first objective is, given instruction, Bill will accept consequences for not meeting responsibilities in 4 out of 5 situations as measured by observation using a checklist. The second objective is, given instruction, Bill will admit mistakes, failures, and inappropriate behavior in 4 out of 5 situations as measured by observation using a rubric. Now we'll be moving on to Method 2 of writing annual transition goals. And as you remember, this is in a checklist kind of a format. For the post-secondary goal for employment of, after graduating from high school, Jane will get a full-time job in a retail department store. An annual goal could be, Jane will complete a series of activities in order to prepare her to transition to competitive employment. Some of the check-off things are, Jane will develop a career portfolio to compile all vocational related materials. Jane will demonstrate skills necessary to effectively locate, apply, interview, and maintain employment. Jane will identify attitudes and behaviors necessary for job success. Jane will apply decision-making strategies to job-related issues. Jane will complete 5 job shadowing experiences related to expressing interests. Jane will develop a personal resume. So these are a list of things that Jane will complete. The second area of training and education for Method 2, with the post-secondary goal of, after graduating from high school, Joe will enroll in a culinary arts program to become a chef. The annual goal could be, Joe will acquire the skills to successfully transition to a 2-year culinary arts program. The checkoff list objectives would be, Joe will enroll in high school classes that will prepare him for the educational challenges of post-secondary education. He will meet with a guidance counselor or special education teacher to discuss academic requirements of pursuing the certificate. He will demonstrate skill in developing a positive school profile and resume that will be used in post-secondary school application process. He will participate in at least one extracurricular activity in order to develop non-academic aspects of learning. He will describe his disability in terms of learning strengths and weaknesses, and he will investigate availability of financial aid and completed work. Again, this list is individualized depending on what the student needs to complete. And the last example for Method 2 in the area of independent living with a post-secondary goal of, after graduating from high school, Bill will live with a roommate in an apartment. The annual transition goal could be, Bill will acquire the necessary daily living skills to allow for independent functioning in a variety of environments, home, vocational, and community. Some of the checkoff items could be, he will maintain a well-groomed appearance and proper hygiene, be able to perform appropriate first aid for minor cuts, burns, and insect bites, identify personal medical management needs, such as prescriptions, over-the-counter medicine, directions, and safety of use. He will demonstrate understanding about the need for regular exercise and proper diet to maintain a healthy body, and read and understand documents for renting and leasing. For today's bonus, I'll be sending you several links to post-secondary and annual transition goals and objective examples.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope you use this information to help you write annual transition goals. Be sure to check your email for the bonus we just sent over. If this is the first time you've ever seen an episode of Transition Tuesday, click the link below to receive the bonus. Be sure to like and share the video and leave a comment or suggestion for a future episode of Transition Tuesday. As always, have a great week. See you next Tuesday.